prestigious Lady Hardinge Medical College, New Delhi, and has over 33 years of rich experience in the field of gynecology. She is an ex army officer and is passionate about empowering women about their health. She is also the founder of Maitri, the fastest growing femtech platform that focuses on women's health and delivers medically authentic and easy to understand content. In the world filled with speculations and taboos, Dr. Anjali Kumar has been clarifying myths and has been creating a safe place for people to talk about their insecurities and doubts about their own body. Having made the best use of social media, Ma'am has been educating and enlightening people for about 2 years now. Thank you for joining us, ma'am. It is an absolute honor to host an inspiring personality like you. We have been eagerly waiting to hear your insights. So let's begin with a Q&A session. Starting with, how was your experience in front of the camera for the very first time? What is your reaction to the comments on your videos?
So, hello everyone. I am Dr. Anjali Kumar, and thank you for the kind introduction. I'm so happy to be here and talking to you all, young minds. And it's absolutely an honor for me to be talking to you people today. And when people actually tell me that I've started a startup, I actually think, really so? When I started this, the idea of starting a business or maybe starting a startup was never in my mind. I somehow always used to believe, I being a gynecologist and in this profession now for more than 35 years, I became a doctor in 1986 and I got into gynecology in 1987. So it's been 35 years in gynecology. I always used to, whenever I used to interact with my patients, I used to wonder that even the so-called educated people have such basic and primitive doubts that somebody should be there in guiding them correctly. Then, of course, the internet came in. With the internet, the problems sort of got solved a little, but then another problem came in, which means how to tackle the false or, to say so, the frivolous information which is there on the internet. I always joke around saying that on internet, we have all kind of experts. Somebody says I'm a diet expert, somebody says I'm a fitness coach, somebody says I'm a PCOH coach. And I don't know who gives them the coach degree. And the gullible people, who are actually desperately looking for solutions, they tend to follow these people. So somebody needs to be talking the real stuff. Somebody needs to be talking the real sense to people, and that too in a manner which is easy to understand and easy to follow. And that's how we started Maitri. And very, very frankly speaking, when we started this, I actually thought that it would be probably just a passing phase. And it was actually my daughter who had pushed me into doing this. Somehow she had more confidence in me than myself. And she always used to say, Mom, I know you'll be able to pull it off. So yes, when we started it, we actually thought probably we'll not go beyond 3 or 4 videos and that will be the end of it. But with each passing video, we realized how much the space was actually needed, how people were desperately waiting for a new content to be uploaded on Maitri. And so much so that within 3 months, we passed 1 lakh mark. And for me, it was an awakening. Wow, 1 lakh people following you within 3 months. And so that's when I actually realized the power of internet. And I actually realized if I am able to utilize this medium in a right way to help people in a right manner, then it would be something great. So your question that how was my experience in front of camera? Fortunately, I have no problems in speaking. I mean, I have been a postgraduate teacher. I've been teaching MBBS students, MD students. You make me stand anywhere, I can speak on and on. So that was my experience when I shot our first video. It happened in first take. But in the end, when the time came to say, if you like this, please like, share, and subscribe, I actually had to do 5 takes to get it right. So, and my videographer was actually surprised. Ma'am, you did everything in first go. How come you're not able to say this? I said, iski aadat nahi hai abhi. So that's how it was.
Definitely, ma'am. Your YouTube channel is knight in the shining armor. We all needed it desperately.
Thank you. Thank you for saying these words, and thank you. It motivates me to bring to people the more right information which you all deserve.
It's an honor, ma'am.
Hmm.
Nextly, what motivated you to open a femtech platform and collaborate with fellow doctors to create women healthcare relevant content? How effective is social media in imparting knowledge to people, especially with regards to women's health?
So we need to understand women, I mean, we all know it is women constitute 50% of the entire world's population, and women play multiple roles. On top of that, their bodies undergo multiple changes right from the time a girl hits puberty, when she becomes pregnant, when she is in middle age, and then she goes into menopause. Men don't have to go all this. So women's needs are very, very peculiar. They're very sensitive. On top of that, women are working, they are excelling in their careers and academics, they are great moms, they are great housewives. So they have specific needs. So, we need to be catering to this need in a right manner. And of course, it's not just the gynecology which they need. They need all specialities. They need infertility, fertility specialization. They need breast health. They need hormonal health. They need diet, fitness, everything. So we thought of creating a platform where we are able to put all these facets of her life together and give them the right information. And of course, it's never the one person's job. It's always the teamwork. So I actually invited my fellow doctors who believed in my vision and my ethos of creating this platform. And so many people came forward. And today we have a great team of doctors, content writers, and illustrators, and so many people who helped me doing this.
It's always the hard work of the team that pays the result. So, why did you choose the word Maitri for your channel?
Yes. So, actually, how we started this also is a little story. So, I and my daughter had been talking about this, of creating this, and somehow I never got time. I'm a full-fledged doctor and a clinician and a surgeon. Even right now, I'm sitting just outside my OT. I've just finished one surgery. I'm about to go for another surgery. So we are working almost 12, 14 hours. So I never thought that I'll have this much of time to do this. But then in COVID-19 pandemic, the work was a little less, the surgeries were a little less. So we had some time to think. And my daughter always used to tell me, Mom, why do you want to work like this? You should create something by which you don't have to work like this, rather than telling each and every patient, if you have a video which says it all, why don't you do that? So one fine day during COVID-19 epidemic, we just decided in the evening, let's just do it. She says, okay, what name do you want? I said, it should be something which people can trust. It should resonate with the word friendship. And then I was very sure that I wanted an Indianness to the name. So we, decided 2-3 names, and Maitri sounded very good. And then immediately, right there, only we blocked the domain name and we got it also. We created the email ID, and that time only Sejal sat there and she created the logo. We made a bindi on there. So that again signifies the woman power. It signifies the Indian connection of Maitri, and that's how the Maitri was born.
Indeed, there's a deep connection when the word like these and an Indianness comes. As you mentioned, you've been working 12 hours a day daily. How do you take out your time and energy to handle a YouTube channel? And does yoga play a role in this?
So I really feel when you feel passionately towards anything, you will do anything to achieve that. So I mean, it might sound as exaggeration to many of you, but I reach back home by about 9:30. Then I have my dinner, and then I sit with my laptop. I write my scripts. I edit my videos. Of course, all my meetings with my team and videographers happen post 10 o'clock. So we are brainstorming 10:30, 12:30, sometimes middle of the night. Even in my dreams, I'm thinking, oh, Maitri. So it's like, But it's so much of fun when I see the end product, when I see the smile, when I see the warmth in people's comments. I really feel worth it. And yes, for me, yoga has been a blessing, and yoga has taught me a lot of things which my medicine did not tell me. So it's very, very strange. In modern medicine, we talk about a lot of objective things, while yoga talks about a lot of subjective things in life, how the stress can affect the body. So if I have to talk about yoga, that will be another 1 hour. But yes, yoga has been great. It's a great method of achieving the physical fitness, the mental robustness, and it keeps you happy. For me, the mere thought that I have to do yoga tomorrow morning gives me happiness. So that's how it is.
We definitely will have a session on yoga and learn more. So starting with your journey with MBBS student, then as an army officer, a doctor, and now as a YouTuber, was this transition difficult for you, or was there something that made it easy apart from yoga?
There has never been a transition. I'm still the doctor. I'm still the surgeon. I am still operating. Yes, YouTube has been another, added connection to my, work. But I've never left anything. Yes, I've imbibed. I've added a lot of new things to my portfolio. I'm a qualified yoga teacher too. So I teach sometimes this also to people. And I'm not the full-fledged YouTuber, if you may say so. Yes, I have a YouTube channel and I have a lot of other, digital content verticals. But I now love to do everything, and every role of mine actually helps me to do something better in the other role. I really feel that I'm able to bring out Maitri in this way, probably because of my experience of dealing with patients for so long. That's why I know how to connect with people. I know how to impart the right education to people. So everything has actually helped me in my journey.
That's really inspiring. Also, how do you find the courage to talk openly and comfortably about topics which are often considered taboo in our society?
So it's high time that we start talking about it. Why? And I tell this to everyone. Why should there be shame in talking about the word sex? Now, this is something which is so very powerful, so very pious, so very divine, if I may say so, that it has the capability to make the species run, to make a woman give birth to a child. That's how powerful it is. That's how, important it is. And it's high time that we talk about it openly, without any bias, without any shame. I have seen this in my videos. Now, whenever we talk about, let's say, a condom, that video does it just skyrockets. I mean, immediately within 2 days we have 2 million views, and so it's like everybody is looking for that information, but nobody wants to say. So somebody has to come forward and give that information right. So it's high time, all of us, not just the doctor, but you people, as young people, you should tell people, look, what's wrong? If I have to ask for the right information, it's my right. The doctors, the parents, the teachers, it's everybody's responsibility. When we break that, the bias, or we remove the, shame is actually a very wrong word around it. No, it's absolutely normal. It's absolutely physiological. We must talk about it openly.
That is true. It's high time we break these myths and taboos. So what is your message for all the content creators and aspiring doctors?
Actually, jokingly tells this to people that for me, talking about sex and vagina and condoms is my bread and butter. So I can't supposed to have any sheep around it. For me, you make me stand anywhere and I can start and talk about it.
That's true. So with my question, what is your message for all the content creators and aspiring doctors like you?
Okay, so I do not know if there could be a combination of a YouTuber and a doctor ever the way it is in my case. But for any profession, now whether it is a doctor or a content creator, I really feel when you are true to your profession, you will always excel. When you do something right, it is bound to reach people. When your intention in doing anything is correct, you will never go wrong. I tell this to every people. I'm a doctor. I'm not God. When people say, "Oh, aap to Bhagwan ho," I said, "No, I'm just a normal human being who's trying to do her job well." Even I can make mistakes, but I can be very sure of my intention. The same goes for content creator also. If my intention is to give you the right information, intention, I'll never go wrong. I might, skip some information, not give you probably the best, but if my intention is there, you will definitely understand. Yes, whatever she is saying is telling this for our benefit. So I always would tell this to everyone, whether it is a budding doctor or a content creator or young students like this. Make sure that your intention, whatever field it is right and it is honest. If you do that, you will never go wrong.
That is absolutely true. So, what do you feel are the most pressing women healthcare issues prevalent today?
The independence to women in their thought. That they should feel independent in their thought. And of course, once they feel independent, they will ask for the right information, the right opportunities. Right now, women don't feel independent in their thoughts. They're always looking up to their fathers or brothers or husbands or boyfriend. They feel that they're not capable of this. Of course, things are changing, but I feel that's the biggest problem. We somehow need to create that independence in their thoughts. Women are capable of doing everything. And I tell this to everyone, hum hai to sab hai. We need to believe that. And once, a woman has that confidence, she'll be able to do everything. And how do we achieve that is, of course, talks like that, giving her confidence in whatever she does, and an open communication at every level, whether it is at the house or between a father and a daughter, maybe a brother or a sister, husband or a wife. When I know my daughter, if my husband says anything to my daughter, she'll be very straight. No, Papa, this is not like this. She's not scared. So we need to give that atmosphere to a girl that she's not scared, and then only she'll have that independence of thought. So that's the first thing, according to me.
As you mentioned about the role of fathers and brothers, what do you think, how important is it for a male to know about women's healthcare?
Absolutely important. Absolutely. They need to understand कि हम हैं तो सब है.
That's the motto.
Yes. So I always tell this to every woman. I'm a feminist doctor, and I always tell this, and I proudly say that hum hai to sab hai. Everyone has to understand this, whether it is the father or the boyfriend or the husband, that they better take care of us. If not, we are capable of doing that ourselves.
On the same note, a lot of women in our country, especially in India, women try to prioritize their family over their work. What is your take on this?
So we've been conditioned to do that. We've been always conditioned to put ahead the health of our family, our husbands and brothers and sons, ahead of us. But things are changing. And like I said, hum hai to sab hai. It's like now people are understanding that unless and until we look after ourselves, not just physically, at a mental level, emotional level, financial level, nutritional level, everywhere, then things will change. So ultimately, it is the independence of thought. Once that thought is well seeded in your brain, you will ask for your rights. You will ask every person to, give you your right which you deserve.
That is absolutely true. So, if you were not a doctor, what would you have been?
That's a very tough question to ask. Actually, being 35 years in a profession and still going strong, actually, I never had uh, I never gave it a choice. And I come from an era wherein my parents actually wanted me to be a doctor. And I dutifully and obediently studied hard to get into a medical college. And after that, there has been no looking back. But yes, I had a secret longing desire to be a singer. I sing pretty decently. So somehow that was a secret desire. Oh, I wanted to be a singer. But yes, when I see my daughter doing that, I feel very proud of her. Yeah.
That's absolutely great. So you have been an army officer as a doctor there. What was your experience about that? Could you please share with us?
Absolutely great. Absolutely great. And army is absolutely a different culture altogether. It's a different way of life. It's not just the discipline, the virtues and the values which you learn when you put on that uniform. It's absolutely great. I still have that uniform with me. And it's been so many years that I left army. I actually was a short service officer, and I joined army because I got married to an army officer. My husband is ex-NDA, a true Fauji. So I have been in army as an army officer wife, and of course as an army officer myself. The journey had been absolutely great. Other than being your medical practice, it trains you even in fighting a war. So for once, as a doctor, when we were sent for a war training, by the way, every doctor also has to undergo that 6 weeks of training where they actually make you learn how to fire a Sten gun, how to do a vertical rope, horizontal rope. It was great, and I still look back upon my 5 years of being in uniform with a lot of gratitude. I learned so many things about that culture, and I feel absolutely proud of being part of that lineage.
I'm sure it must have been an enlightening experience for you.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm very proud of that.
We too, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are some women healthcare myths that social media has created?
So there are many actually. So it's the social media and the business around social media, which is the biggest problem. Every let's say internet also. Today, if you Google that I have, let's say, fever or maybe pain, the first thing it will say, okay, you might have cancer. If you say I'm having a bleeding problem, it will say, oh, you have a cervical cancer. If you say I'm gaining weight, we'll say, oh, you have bad PCOS. And immediately you will have an advertisement coming of PCOS products there. Your mind goes there, and then it takes you to a different site. So from the time when you don't even probably have that problem, now you reach a place when you're tempted or you're forced to, believe that you have a problem, and then the solution to a problem is buying that medicine. I mean, it's a crazy world. We all know it. We are thinking and talking to someone on phone about, let's say, about a trip, and immediately you see on your phone an advertisement coming about that place. So it's like you don't have any privacy, and everybody's out there to sort of, look for the opportunities at your cost, if I may say so. So we need to be very, very careful when we are searching as to where should we look for that information on the social media, especially when it comes to your health. And like I said earlier, also that's how Maitri was born, because I wanted to create that platform where people can be very sure that whatever they are reading there is absolutely correct, or whatever they are listening me talking about is correct. And also it is coming in a manner which people can understand. Today, if you, let's say, go to PubMed or Google Scholar, every information is there, but many people will not be able to understand that that information. So my advice to everyone out there, if you have a problem that you seek the right kind of help, go to a doctor, get yourself diagnosed very well, and then follow only the credible sources. I mean, I come across such vague things. I mean, I recently saw somebody's having irregular periods, so somebody's advising, okay, you must keep water in moonlight and drink that water. People are talking about all rubbish things. So we need to be very careful as to what we are following. So when it comes to health, please be careful.
As you mentioned, I believe that privacy is a myth these days. And there have been many social media content creators, and everyone wants to be a doctor. So, in such a time, we all need someone who can deliver credible information, which is also easy to understand and people can relate.
So, yes.
Being a person who has been through so many fields, what would you say was your most difficult experience and how did you tackle it?
So I still get heart attacks when my video is about to be uploaded. I still find it so difficult. My daughter actually jokes with me. When I started, I could not understand on Instagram what's the difference between a reel and a story and a post, how to do all this. It used to give me so much of stress how to do this. And yes, this has been a little difficult part, more than doing major surgeries. I find this more difficult. But yes, I am open to be learning new skills, and I'm happy that I'm learning new skills. And I'm actually happy that, I was the other day telling someone at my age, when people think of retiring, today I have dreams in my eyes.
That's really beautiful. You should always keep dreaming.
Yes.
While growing up, who would you say was your motivation? Who did you look up to?
My mom. So, very strong lady. And she's 84 years old now. And so she comes from a very small family, and they shifted from Pakistan to India at the time of partition when she was a young girl. They lost everything, and still she had the courage to go to school when nobody was sending their daughters to school. She picked up a job. She became a teacher against all the odds. And we come from a very small family. She gave us all the education. So for me, she is great.
I think every girl's first motivation is their mother.
Yes. And of course, I have learned this from everyone. For me, my daughter also actually has been my another, inspiration, if I may say so. I mean, she had the guts to do something which nobody ever thought that could be done at that point of time. So even right now, she tells me, Mom, why are you scared of doing this? What will happen? So you must do. So it's been for me, every woman in my family has had some amazing influence on me.
We all love her.
Thank you for saying that.
So what is the most important change you believe we all should bring in our lives as young girls as moving forwards toward womanhood?
Be proud of being a woman. Always remember, let's make it a Maitri slogan, hum hai to sab hai. Remember that in the true spirit, not just physically. Very proud of being a woman, because what you can achieve, of course, this is not a feminism or a feminist talk. And what I'm saying is that even men, they are great, but what women do is slightly more than what men do. Of course, we produce babies and we are looking after homes, we're looking after families and doing well in our careers also. So be very proud of being a woman. And once you do that, everything falls into place. When people ask me, how do you manage your house and work and everything? I said, I'm very, very proud of being a woman, and I'm very proud of what I'm doing. So be very proud of what you do. And always be very true and be very honest in your intention, whatever you do. Nothing will go wrong then.
That's really inspiring, ma'am. Also, ma'am, do you believe that reproductive health should be talked more about in schools?
Absolutely, absolutely. The talk about reproductive health in school is more like a pass. It's usually sponsored by a sanitary napkin company where the girls are taken into a separate room and boys are separately, where there's just a chapter where the teacher is struggling to skip that chapter and the boys are looking this side and the girls are looking this side. So what are we trying to do today? With the internet, at the click of a button, you have every information. To the hardcore porn is available. What are we trying to hide it from the kids? It's important that the information comes from the right teachers, which include the teachers and the parents both. When we are willing to talk, we will see that the kids are willing to talk and listen. It's when we are not comfortable about speaking about it, then how do we expect poor kids to listen to that? So, yeah.
That's really true. I still remember when I was in my school, we had a special session in which we were asked that girls should be in this room and boys should not be, because the talk was about periods and the boys could not be educated. When I feel that women do have the experience as they will get periods, it's the boys who need to be educated about it the right way.
Yes, absolutely. Very well said. Very well. Absolutely true.
Thank you, ma'am. Also, speaking about the same, there are many girls out there who want to fit into this particular misconception and stereotype of a perfect body, and they harm themselves in the way to that. How important do you think is for a woman to know about their body and how perfect it is?
So it's important to have a healthy body and a healthy mind than a beautiful body. And we need to understand that each one of us is beautiful in our own way. So I always give this example to many of my patients that today, if Sonakshi Sinha wanted to be like Alia Bhatt, is it possible? How hard she may try to get into Alia Bhatt's body, it can never be possible. But she needs to understand that Sonakshi is beautiful in her own way, while Alia Bhatt is beautiful in her own way. So we need to be proud of what God has given us. So once we realize that, we will be able to treasure that well and look after it well. And like I said, it's not just the physical wellness, it's the mental wellness, it's the emotional wellness, it's the financial wellness. Everything counts. So just don't go by what is being shown, you know, in celebrity magazines or in the celebrity sites. You need to understand there's a lot which goes behind a celebrity face or a celebrity body to make her or him look like that. That's not real. That's another problem with the internet, is what you see there is not real. People who click the selfies, I mean, on real life, without filters, how does that photo come? We all know it. That's how that selfie and the filters are thriving so well. So we need to be understanding that whatever God has given us, it's beautiful. It's our duty to look after that and not just run about something which is not really true.
That's really true, ma'am. Also, it's said a lot that women should not lift weights as they would make them look more masculine, whereas they should be more feminine in their appearance, because that is what society wants. What is
So
your take on this?
do what you want. Whether it is a female or a male, let no one tell you. Do what you feel happy in. You've been in what you feel beautiful in. Eat what you feel like. Of course, with all the medical advice, of course, eat healthy and make sure that you don't have, medical problems. So I also tell this to people in the name of body positivity. When people say, "Oh, I'm 100 kg," that's also not right. You need to understand. Yes, of course, you need to be not feeling inferior about it, but at the same time, you need to be working on achieving the right health. So we need to be not really going up to extremes of everything and look after ourselves. God has given us this body with a purpose. We are supposed to do something bigger in life, and our bodies actually mean it is supposed to help us in doing that. And it is our duty to look after that. So yes, you must eat healthy, you must exercise, you must take care of the stress, you must sleep well, and most importantly, be happy in whatever you're doing.
As they say, skin doesn't matter. What is inside it matters.
Absolutely, absolutely. Every skin is beautiful. Every body is beautiful.
Also, ma'am, how can we emphasize more on mental health issues like depression and eating disorders amongst teenagers, especially women?
Yes, now this is a big problem. I have seen this with so many patients, so many young girls. I think the problem today is that we have set up very high benchmarks for ourselves. I mean, when I was in medical college, that time I was 22, maybe 21, we also used to study a lot. The whole night we were up. I never had a car. We used to go on DTC buses to our college, but we were very, very happy. I never really thought, okay, what will happen next? What if I don't go into a postgraduate college? What will happen? Will I earn money or not? I never had those doubts. I never had any doubts about my looks. Of course, I never had those complexes. And today I've seen every child, because of the peer pressure, because of the work pressure, because of such a high benchmarking which you have done for yourself. That is what is taking toll on the young people today. I tell this to my kids also. What will happen, if tomorrow this doesn't happen? What will happen? Kya ho jayega? Heavens are not going to fall. I mean, you are just 25 or 26 or 27, or maybe my patients also. The life is not going to end. There is so much to be done. It's like, everything is so fast. This has to be done now itself. Tomorrow, something else might happen. I have to achieve this. I mean, it's good to be ambitious, but it is not good, or it is not great to be taking control of your mental and physical well-being. That's where the problems happen. And it's not the world which sets a standard for us. It is we who have made that standard for us, that we need to achieve that. So I think we need to be very, very realistic in our approach and set the standards for ourselves, which are achievable, which are doable, which in that journey give you happiness. If, let's say, you reach at the top and you still don't get that happiness, it's not worth it.
That's true. We need to be.
Big thing to be said, but that's what I have understood, that I see with all the young kids. That's the problem. You set such high bars for yourself. That's not done.
That's true. We need to be liberal with our bodies and tell us that go have that burger, go wear that dress, just be happy.
And have fun and be happy. At the end of the day, you should be happy. This might sound a little philosophical. When I went for my teacher's training course, in a yoga teacher's training, it's a 6 weeks long program. So the first day, our teacher asks us, what is the difference between today and yesterday? So somebody said it's Friday, somebody said it's Thursday, somebody said it's 25th, somebody said it's 26th. And our teacher said that you are one day today closer to death. Now, this is really philosophical, which means one day of my life is gone. So the teacher said, what is it in that one day you did for your happiness? Yes, you became a good doctor, you did a great surgery, you did a great presentation, but did you do something to make that Anjali happy? And I've always kept that thought with myself. Every day in the night, I ask myself, today, one day in my life has gone. Did I do something to make that Anjali happy? So I think you all must do this exercise every day in the night. Ask yourself, what did I do today to make myself happy?
That's absolutely true, ma'am. It's very, very beautiful. Also, since the motto "Hum hai to sab hai," were you always this woman of powerful spirit, or did you educate yourself into this way?
I was a very strong and a very confident woman, whichever time it was. But yes, as the times have passed and as I have become older, and I have now, frankly speaking, no fear. Fear in the sense, what if I fail? Doesn't matter. If my YouTube channel doesn't work, doesn't matter. At least I've done well. So don't be fearful of what you do. Just do it. What is it? It will fail. It's okay. You can start something new. Don't be scared. Don't be scared at least of any judgments coming your way. Okay, she did not do it right. She failed. What is it? It's okay. Once you're not scared about something, things will be fine. So don't be scared.
That's true. We die once, but we live every day.
Yes.
What do you think are the most important factors which are required to change the mentality of Indian society with respect to menstruation, especially in Indian households?
So it's not just the Indian society or any society for that matter. We need to be strong in ourselves. Let's say if you go to buy a pad, you have to ask that chemist, Bhaiya, I don't want it in a black packet. Your father says, or, gives you a little different look, or your brother gives you a different look, or somebody tries to switch off that channel, you need to be telling them, this is just a period. We need to be having that confidence. And like I said in the beginning, it's the independence of the thought. And that thought will come when you're educated, when you're aware, when you're talking with people, when you're confident in yourself. So somehow when we generate that, everything will fall in place, including even the menstruation or contraception or the condoms or the pregnancy, everything around this. Or maybe the choice of the careers, the choice of the partner, everything. Why should you be scared of anything?
I do agree.
It's like little off the topic. When my daughter chose YouTubing as the profession, everyone used to ask me, why did you allow her? I said, what is it? I'm not supposed to allow her. She is a mature girl. She is an intelligent girl. If she has taken a decision, I'm sure she must have weighed all the options. It must be good. And even if she fails, what's wrong in it? So that's ultimately it's the confidence and the independence of the thought, which is most important.
I agree, especially we need to stop using the phrases instead of periods, tabiyat kharab hai, that time of the month. Why do we have to use such phrases? What is wrong in saying I'm on my periods?
Yes. When people say, I am down, I ask them, are you really down? So for all of you who are listening to me today, anybody who says, I'm down, ask them, are you really down? Who made you down today? Why do people say that? I'm down. आज तक मुझे समझ नहीं आया, how did this phrase start? I'm down. Why? I'm chumming. What is chumming? I don't know. Why can't people say I'm having my periods? So for all of you, there are about some 50 people, all of you.
That's true, ma'am. Being a mother, how did you embrace your daughter with all these qualities? And did you tell her that everything is beautiful, you are beautiful, and you do not have to change yourself for anyone else?
See, very frankly speaking, when I look back, I also, as parent, has evolved. I would not say that I was the best of the parent, in the sense that when she told me that she wants to wear a short skirt, or when she wanted to go out with someone, I had my share of worry or inhibition. I still remember when she was in class 7th, and when she came to me for the first time, she said, Mama, I kind of like this boy. मेरे पैरों तले जमीन खिसक गया, and I did not know what to say to her. Okay, good, bad, what should you do? So as a parent, I really feel we also have evolved, and it is my daughter who has actually been one factor in making me evolve. I mean, even my husband, she taught lot many things to me and my husband both, that this is how a parent should be. And I'm very proud of that. That I'm very proud of this fact that I made my daughter so strong that she's able to put across these strong points without any fear of her parents too. It's very, very important, and I feel very happy and very proud of that.
I wish everyone gets to have that experience.
I'm sure they'll say, I actually mean that for everyone.
Also, when women express their vulnerable emotions freely, they're often asked this question: are you PMSing? What do you feel is the best reply to that?
Okay. I wish there was something equivalent to PMSing for men also. I wouldn't give them any stern reply. I'm often not able to think of a befitting reply.
The,
But
the
don't make such nonsensical allegations, if I may so say so. I mean, give them your peace of mind, nice and proper.
Because when men express their emotions, they are said to be masculine. And when we express our emotions, we are said to be vulnerable and we're PMSing.
So, like I said, I often can't think of a befitting reply, but in my mind, I'm, literally raging. Give them a befitting reply from my side too.
We'll prepare a reply.
Yes.
Also, on a rather serious note, as the world and India has been through a social pandemic, it took a toll on both civilians and doctors. But being a doctor yourself, how much of a toll did the pandemic take on you?
Too much. Too much. It's been really difficult. When people say that we are tired of sitting at home, I ask them, ask us when we are, how do we feel going each day for work? For me, I've not taken a single day off ever since pandemic started, except those 14 days quarantine when I had COVID. I have been in ICUs, delivering babies so many times, doing surgeries and delivering mothers who were COVID positive, and not even once a single iota of doubt was there that what will happen. Okay, that's how it is, and that's how we are supposed to do. But I tell this to everyone, we are also human beings. I might not be worried about myself, but when I used to reach back home, my old parents who stay with me, 83, 84 years old, for first 6 months of the pandemic, I did not even touch them. I did not even hold their hand, did not even hug them. They were thinking that I'm avoiding them, but it was very difficult. And yes, I wish people realize what doctors do for people. And it's not just money. I mean, what kind of money would let a doctor go into in front of a COVID positive patient or maybe do a surgery of them? It's never the money. It's the virtues which a doctor has imbibed through her whole life. I mean, as a student, when we get into a medical college, that's how we are taught right from day one. So yes, it's been difficult, but it's been a great learning, and we are there for you always, physically
That's
and
true.
spirit.
We have experienced the love of doctor and the care never more than in this pandemic. We have seen doctors work for 24 hours a day for patients. It's incredible.
Thank you.
Moving towards audience's questions, we have some questions in the chat box. A student has asked, as a philosophy student, I've seen a lot of difference between the Indian school like yoga and Western schools like psychology.
I actually feel so blessed and fortunate to be in a situation where I can combine the best of the both worlds. We need to be integrating or combining the best of the whole worlds. Now, if supposing somebody is having a heart attack, I can't tell a patient कि आप अनुलोम विलोम करो or you do this asana and your heart attack will go off. Similarly, if the person is having an anxiety or maybe high blood pressure or some other problem, which is a chronic problem, probably yoga is doing a better job than a modern medicine. So we need to be having the best combination of both the worlds. And it is never like modern medicine is better or maybe yoga is better. We need to be integrating the best of both the worlds. And that's what I do with my patients also.
Many students in our chat box really want to start yoga after listening to you. How do you think is the right way to go about it?
Find a good teacher. I've been very fortunate enough to get to find a teacher who actually molded me into what I am today. I used to fight with him, no, it's not like that, no, it's not like that. And then, of course, he made me learn a lot of things, read a lot of things, and understand a lot of things which I did not learn in my medical college.
That's true.
So much so that we're actually doing a study, a scientific study, which is we're doing the study, which is a randomized control trial on using yoga as a therapy option for our PCOD patients. We're actually doing a study now. It's going to be a scientific publication soon.
Also, one student has asked, what is the biggest lesson you have learned from your daughter?
Live for today. She always tells me, Mom, why do you work so hard? You should enjoy. So yes, I started doing. I told you, each day you need to be asking yourself, today did you do something for that little Anjali inside? So each day I always count, what did I do today for myself?
If I were to ask you, what would be your perfect day? What would that be?
Oh, doing lots of yoga, listening to good music, that too in mountains. I love mountains.
We can go on a trekking together as a school.
Absolutely. If you people organize a trek, I'm in. You can count me in.
Lastly, do you get caught in numbers, your comments, likes, subscribes on your videos?
Honestly speaking, not caught, but yes, if somebody says something bad, you also feel bad. After all, I'm a human being, but fortunately, I haven't got any bad comments so far. I probably can remember only one or two. And that too, also, I gave them a befitting reply. So, but yes, if I say no, they don't affect anyone, that's untrue. We're all human beings. But at the same time, I have to realize what I am doing today is best to my intention and best of knowledge. आपको अच्छी बात नहीं लगी मेरी, वो आपकी प्रॉब्लम है. मैंने तो आपके लिए अच्छा किया है. आपको नहीं अच्छी लगती, don't come to my channel. Don't read what I've written on my website. Go somewhere else. I did not call you in. You have come willfully. So if you have come to me, you better listen. If you don't want to listen, go away.
But as they say, haters are the indication of your success.
That's what my daughter has told me.
We have an interesting question. What is the next thing on your bucket list?
So, बहुत सारे अरमान हैं. Like I said, today at this age, I have dreams in my eyes, and that is over and above my regular job. And we want to make Maitri into a big platform, something like, if I may say, a woman's Google for us in India, which means anytime if you want to listen or find out any information about women's health, it should be on Maitri. We also have started e-consults now, and we are soon starting some programs on Maitri, which I believe which will be integrative, holistic programs. For example, we will be launching soon a program for PCOD, which will be a mix of good nutrition, yoga, and other things for PCOS. There'll be other pregnancy-related programs. So we want to make Maitri into a big platform where you can find anything and everything about women's health in terms of information, in terms of advice, in terms of lot more. We still have not planned a lot of things. We're taking it a little slowly, but yes, a lot of things are in plan.
We hope the dreams in your eyes never fade away and you keep imparting education. It was great listening to you, ma'am. Thank you for your wonderful answers and patience. I am sure our audiences are curious and excited to interact with you. With this, we have reached the end of today's session, and it was nothing less than incredible. All of you are kindly requested to head towards Maitri, a wonderful channel, and subscribe to the same for amazing content. The links for the same.
We also recently launched our website also. It's maitriwoman.com. So please have a look also. There also you would find a lot of information. And like I said, we'll be launching a lot of things. And also we have started a new feature there, which is like you can publish your own story, which means, let's say if something helped you, let's say in your PCOS or weight loss, please share with us. anything, anything. It could be as trivial as anything which you feel the world should know. Please do write there, and we'll be waiting for you to listen to your stories. So that's something new which I wanted to create. We wanted to create an interactive platform. So please do watch that also. Register on the website. Please have a look at the channel, and please let us know in the comments if there's anything specifically which you feel that I should be talking, and I would be happy, and I'll be waiting for that.
We are very excited for the same, ma'am, and we definitely will.
Thank you. It was wonderful speaking to you guys.
So on behalf of our entire team, I extend my gratitude to you for accepting our invitation and enlightening us today with your words. Thank you so much for your time, ma'am. We hope to host you in future as well. Have a good day ahead.
Thank you.